had the Dr. Martin Luther King St. Louis Support Group, and we would travel and we would take buses to Atlanta every year to learn about the principles and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And Coretta Scott King would be there teaching and be a part of that, along with Captain Charles Apple, who was from St. Louis and moved to work in Atlanta, Georgia with Coretta Scott King. But Coretta has been a very close friend of ours before she passed. She was very close to me and my family. And I know the King family very well and work very close with them. And a lot of young people from St. Louis has visited and have traveled with us to Atlanta, to different events, to training sessions, to workshops. And we've been doing that for over 20 years.
Good morning. Welcome to the Demetrius Johnson Show. That's the late, great Betty Thompson, Miss Betty Thompson, passed. We're going to be doing some tributes to her throughout the show, man. And I'll be playing that piece when she was talking about her relationship with the King family, Dr. King family. And she was a truly a warrior and a person who just meant so much to everybody. And I got to say this, my mom and her was really, really close, and my prayers go out to the entire family. She was just an awesome lady, man. She was really an awesome lady. Anytime something was going on, she would be there. She fought. She was a tremendous. I mean, you talking about the epitomizes activism and courage and strength. Betty Thompson was that lady. Miss Thompson was awesome, and my prayers go out to the entire family and everyone who's been associated with her. My prayers go out to you. She really impacted a lot of people's lives, man. And you know what they say, man. You know, the measurement of a person is how they affect other people's lives. And Betty Thompson did an unbelievable job affecting the lives of others in this community. And we're going to continue to say wonderful things about her throughout this broadcast. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JC. How y'all doing?
Runs probably the biggest black-owned business.
No question about it. So, JC? No question about it. So throughout the show, we're going to be saying things. They say they can't hear me again. I don't know. Something's going on with my mic again. I don't know what's been going on with this mic. I'll see if I can get you. I'll see if I can get you guys to hear me again. Our mic on my thing goes in and out. So let me know if you can hear them again or not. But so we're gonna. I don't know what we did last time. I'll get Big D to work on this. But what we're going to do, we're going to make sure we give our love out to Ms. Thompson throughout this program, because it's very important that we, everybody understand. Hey, Big D, can you get this audio again for me on this Facebook thing? I have no idea. Man, I wouldn't know what to do without Big D in the studio with me, man. I have no freaking idea. This dude be good. All right, man, it's time to get this thing started, man. Let's go and get ready to get my man, Big Mike. Big Mike, what you got, buddy? For life, big dog, for life.
Goes to the Betty Thompson family, too. She stayed in my neighborhood, man. I went to Lincoln with her son, Tyrone Thompson, man. Yep. Hey, NBA championship, Bradley Beal, Cardinal Riddle Sports, and Jackson State football.
Let's go.
Boy, Milwaukee went 3-2 yesterday, man. Beat Phoenix 123-119, man. They head back to Milwaukee for Game 6, man. This thing might be over.
Milwaukee won that game yesterday?
Yep.
Wow, what was the score?
123-119.
Wow, 123-119?
So Big Mike, it might be that you were wrong. Your prediction may be wrong.
Wow.
You're right. It might be 4-2 the other way.
I didn't even see the game. Wow.
Yep. Giannis, 32 points, 9 rebounds. Chris Clutch Middleton, 29 points. And Jrue Holiday had 27 points, 13 assists. And he ripped the ball from Booker to seal the game, man. Devin Booker led the way with 40 points. But, man.
Wow.
Milwaukee keep getting them at the end.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, man. Bradley Beal, man, I hate to see he missed this game because of the COVID protocol, man. I wanted to see him and Jason Tatum play in the Olympics.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, things happen like that, man. And he's a good guy, great player, great ambassador for St. Louis basketball. And just unfortunate that that happened to him.
Yeah, you're right, man. I want to see both of them guys represent the Lou. Hey, Cardinal Ritter wins Small School Program of the Year, man. The boys basketball won Class 5 state championship. The girls track team won Class 5 state championship. I think girls basketball was runner-up and football was runner-up. Man, that's some good stuff going on over there, man. With Ryan Johnson basketball, my girl Tiffany Spain, dude, she going to put the track on another level at Cardinal Ritter. They probably win state the next 2-3 years, especially with that freshman sensation of Nia Brown. She won the 100 and 200, man. She's the real deal, man. Nia Brown at Cardinal Ritter.
Well, congratulations, Cardinal Ritter. I mean, I like Spain. She's a heck of a coach, man.
She's
she
a real deal.
Always been. When she was over at Ladue High School, she was the same way.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Hey, man, Jackson State, man, going to put up some numbers this year. He got all them recruits in it. Deion said he only named 2 starters so far.
Wow.
Quarterbacks are George Sanders, his son, and the big offensive tackle, Dylan Spencer, 6'4", 300 pounds.
Well, I mean, Deion has changed the whole dynamic. I mean, I don't understand why HBCU coaches are jealous. They should ride their tail, man. They should be. I'll be pointing with Deion all day, man.
Right. I agree.
Hey, Deion can have all the all-star players and 5 and 4-star players. Deion is the one that's going to sell the tickets, man.
No
At the end of the day, they better get on that Deion train. He is the one that's going to fill the stadiums in the fall.
No doubt about it. So they need to stop tripping and get in the game.
Well, can you picture a Jackson State football game against North Carolina A&T? That thing would be rocking, man.
Yeah, it's going to be on the charts this year.
Yep.
Big Mike, if they want to cut, what can they do, Playboy?
Hey, Grand Center Barbershop, baby, 3315 Olive, 531-2838, Harley from anywhere. Right on DJ Blue Tiger Pride.
For life, big dog, for life. All right, let's go and talk to my man, Maurice Scott. What up, Mo Scott? We're scouting it out.
Good morning, DJ. How you doing? Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, bro.
How you doing, Maurice?
How you doing, DJ?
We got your guest on there, Maurice.
Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and roll then. This young man right here, when you talk about the Mountain West Conference, a lot of people don't, they play late at night, with Boise State and Colorado State and San Jose State. This guy right here is a graduate from Belleville Althoff High School. He was a teammate of Jordan Goodwin at Althoff. They had a great run in both basketball and football there. Now he's doing this thing out there on the West Coast in the Mountain West Conference and considered one of the top 50 cornerbacks in the country as a junior this year. Let's bring to the Demetrius Johnson Show and scouting it out with Maurice Scott, my man C.J. Colton. Good morning to you, C.J.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. Glad to be here.
Good. Thanks for joining us this morning. C.J., man, I was talking about the Mountain West Conference, and you guys really put your talents on the line late at night, and a lot of people don't know about the Mountain West Conference. Talk about playing in that conference with Boise State and San Jose State and UNLV, and really how good of a conference it really is.
Me coming in, I just didn't think everybody was going to be as good as, Power 5 schools. So I underestimated a lot of guys, but actually seeing it and playing it, it's a lot of dogs that come out the Mountain West, and a lot of athletes that could play ball at different positions.
Last year, you led the University of Wyoming in interceptions in a pandemic year, and they're looking for big things. Your defense was ranked one of the top defenses, not only in Mountain West, but in the country last year. Talk about the defense and you guys' expectations during spring ball this year.
My expectations just been work hard now, just in workouts and the off season, just keep working hard and grinding, and hopefully during camp and during the season it pays off for us all, me and my teammates.
We're talking over with starting cornerback C.J. Colton at the University of Wyoming. C.J., you're about 6'3", I think, and you're playing corner. A lot of NFL scouts been looking at you so far as a junior. Talk about what you plan on doing to put your name definitely on the map coming in this upcoming season.
Just trying to build off last year, really. I'm not too much worried about focus on the next level, because I know I got another season to play here. So I'm really focused on that and just trying to get my numbers up and just make plays for my teammates.
ZZ Hearn is another big-time cornerback. He plays opposite of you. And I've been reading a lot of things. A lot of people are considering you guys two of the top cornerback tandems in the country. Talk about playing opposite ZZ.
We just push each other. The things that people don't see, we push each other when the lights is off. So in the game, we just know what we doing. You know, he like the aggressor of us two, and I enjoy playing with bro. And I just respect his work ethic a lot. He works hard.
Coming out of high school, you had a tremendous, you was an all-state candidate in football, but you were a tremendous basketball player at Althoff. You guys had a great run over there. Talk about playing with Jordan Goodwin and some of the guys over at Althoff during those days.
Man, it was so much fun. I actually miss playing basketball a lot. I've been watching a lot on TV, but we just was having fun out there in high school, man. Like, every game, we just try to, hit the crowd with some, just hear the woos and wows, and just go out there and ball out. And it just happened that we won a state championship like that.
We're talking over the University of Wyoming starting cornerback C.J. Colton, ranked one of the top cornerbacks in the country and in his junior year. Demetrius, Coach Collins, you guys got anything for C.J.?
I guess the question I would have for CJ, would I ask any of the young men that you bring on, Maurice? Great job once again. CJ, my question would be, what advice would you give young players that's coming out of high school, and what would you tell them to be prepared for? How can they get prepared to play at the next level of college?
One thing I would say is just get work in on your own time. That's when it's going to really count. These workouts that you do with your team and your coaches and everything, them scheduled workouts, it's the ones that you get off the clock. And when you don't feel like working out and stuff, I just feel like that's a good thing to tell them if they want to move to the next level.
Talking to CJ with the University of Wyoming. Hey, how did it, when they talk about that conference out there, Maurice made a point. When they compared it to the SEC, the Pac-12, the Big Ten, what would you say about that conference when you compare it to those conferences?
When we match up with those conferences, we actually play ball though. Like, me, I just play with a chip on my shoulder all the time, and my teammates, we wanna win. So it's like we don't care who we line up against. We just trying to go out there, play physical, keep everything in front of us, and just keep everybody in the box. Really, that's how we like to play defense.
Okay, JC, you got a question?
Hey, CJ, man, we followed you, man. Congratulations, man, on all of your success. You know, you're going into a big year. Talk about the process of choosing a university or choosing somewhere to play. What would you have for young men or women that are going through the recruiting process? What are some of the things that you thought about when you were going through the recruiting process?
Man, I appreciate everything you said too. One thing I would say is, do you want to be far from home? That's the first thing I was thinking about. Like, do I really want to be this far, or am I gonna miss my people? And it's Wyoming too, so it's like it's small. It's rural. It's not like a city. So I was thinking about just like, am I going to miss my family too much? Am I going to be able to focus like I thought I was? Just a lot of thoughts going through my head coming in here, getting on the plane and coming out here. I just thought it was going to be super hard, but it actually molded me to a better person, a better man, and helped me grow.
Well, I tell you what, man, we're truly proud of you, Maurice. I want to say Maurice Scott once again. Thank you very much, Mo Scott, for outkicking your coverage and bringing on CJ, man. It is so great to have these young men on. Maurice Scott, folks, this guy is doing a tremendous job. CJ, congratulations, and keep up the great work that you're doing on Wyoming. We're going to truly watch you because Maurice Scott was scouting it out. Going to make sure we watch you, Mo.
That's right. TJ, I'm proud of you, man. We got to go, but I'm proud of you, man. You know, you came from the tough part of town out in the South End in East St. Louis, baby. Keep representing the Lou, and we're very proud of you way out in Wyoming, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys having me this morning on the show. Shout out the whole 618.
That's my man, CJ, man, with the University of Wyoming. Former Illinois. Boy, Maurice should be fine to Maurice. Maurice Scott.
Amen.
Oh, my God. Hey, y'all, we couldn't ask for a better segment on our show than Maurice Scott, man. With scouting.
No doubt about it.
Maurice Scott, great job once again, my friend. Thank you so much for bringing the top rank. I mean, any big-time player, and even you don't have to be a big-time player, to doing the right thing, Maurice Scott going to scout it out and bring it to us. Thank you, Mo Scott.
All right, appreciate you guys. Have a great Sunday, both of you.
Okay, that's my man. Maurice Scott was scouting out. JC, that dude be bringing them on. And before we move on, let's go. Let me switch over and go and talk to. I had an opportunity last night, Jeff and JC, hanging out at the boxing match last night. I went over and saw my man Brandon the Boss, JC.
The Boss?
The Boss. He got down.
What did he do, DJ?
Okay, well, I don't even want to tell y'all what he did. I'm going to let him tell you. The Boss, how you doing this morning, man?
What's good, DJ? What's up?
I'm all good. And you got my man Terrence there?
Oh, yeah, DJ, I'm here.
All right, look here. Talk about last night real quickly, man, that fight. Terrence, you set the stage, and The Boss, you tell what happened.
He just came out and did his thing, man. You know, worked hard. Look, DJ, before I get to talk about that, for one, let me thank you for everything you did for me. Thank you and your whole team, for one. And then for two, let me thank my whole team, the Temples, Josh, his father, my coach, everybody, Paige, Dale, Jim, everybody for, helping me get ready for the fight, helping me prepare to be a beast that I was last night, like I promised. And on top of that, let me thank all the fighters last night. For one, I'm happy everybody went home safe. And then, I got the main event was my boy AJ. I like to give all respect to him and everybody else that was on the card. So let me get into the fight though. So I went out. I'm knowing the guy shorter than me. I don't like fighting short people because they can, hit you with any type of shot. So I went out with a high guard, made sure I was first. And he threw his little punches. He threw a few little punches. I stayed away from it. Caught him with just picking his shots off, was catching with stuff down the middle. I knew eventually that right hand was gonna land, and I knew once the right hand land, I knew it wasn't gonna be good for him. So we seen what happened. look, we seen what happened.
Hey man, hold on. Hey, Big D, get on this mic real quick, Big D. He talking about we see what happened, Big D. Let me tell you something, Big D. He hit this cat with the right hand. Hey man, the dude thought he was in Kansas City. I mean, it was stupid, Big D. I mean, what do you say about that? I mean, he hit the dude. I mean, I think the fight went for about 2 seconds. The dude threw a couple punches. He hit him with the right. It was over. What do you think about that, Big D?
DJ.
What's up?
What was that guy at that was talking about somebody's getting knocked out? Is he on the show today?
I don't know who said that.
Who said that?
You remember our first time on, he was like wearing his shades and the Brandon
Jeff.
Go get knocked out?
That was Jeff.
Oh, was that Jeff?
No, I talked about the shades. I didn't say anything about anybody getting knocked out. I talked about.
There he is.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about getting knocked out. I don't know anything about boxing. I don't know who's going to knock out who. Congratulations, by the way.
We know now, though.
You got my boy Jeff all defensive, man. Jeff, like, I ain't saying nothing about
It's nothing but love, man. It's nothing but love, Jeff. You don't want to start training.
Yeah, Jeff started freaking out. I ain't saying
I know more make a prediction about boxing than I would tell you who the best ballerina in America is.
Well, I tell you what, man. I appreciate what you did last night, man, and meeting all your family, and it was just a good event, man. Thank you for inviting me. But I am going to talk to y'all about what happened at the fight. Wait till y'all, when I come back, I got my man Louis Reed coming up. But, hey, let me tell you that Brandon, the boss, and Terrence, man, it was so good seeing you guys. It was great that you guys came out, man. Brandon, you were setting the tone. And Josh Temple, I love Josh Temple, y'all. Josh Temple is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I love him. His dad is real cool. They used to come up and run in front of my center every day. I love Josh. Some Josh Temple. I'm a Josh Temple fan, and I'm a Brandon the Boss fan, y'all.
Hey, Josh listening now. He listening now. I just was talking to him a few minutes ago.
That's my cat. I love some Josh Temple, y'all. I love some Josh Temple. Love that dude, man. And the dad, he's in that corner with him. Guys, well, look here. Congratulations. Great win, the boss. You kept your word. You and Terrence, you went to work, and you did it easy work. My man, look forward to continue to follow you and be a part of your team. Thank you so much, guys.
Sure. All right, appreciate it.
All right, that's my man Brandon the Boss and my man Terrence. Boy, they are some good dudes. And I got my man the Hurricane and JC coming up, man. We're going to get down to some business. We got my man Louis Reed coming up with the city of St. Louis. He's going to talk about some things that got going on. And I want to say what's up to my man Dan. Hey, Dan, I got my shade glasses on because I couldn't find my regular glasses so I can see these are glasses. I'm not trying to be cool. The big fella right back.
If it's happening in our community, we're talking about it. It's the Demetrius Johnson Show on Hot 104.1.
Switching your boat insurance to Geico is both easy and could save you hundreds. It's the best of both worlds. Like Helpful Bass, who delivers gasoline to stranded boaters. A gas bass.
Totally empty.
Wait, look, it's the gas bass. Thanks, Gas Bass. Geico for your boat. It's easy savings. The best of both worlds.
It's time for Custom Sound's 18th annual tax sale, that is. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in our Bridgeton location on Rock Road. 5,000 square feet of tenant with unbeatable deals. We're talking Kenwood, J. Eladio, JBC, Robert Fosgate, and more. Everything's on sale this weekend. 15 inch subs, $49. 1400 watt amps, $49. Index video. You sitting down? Just $49. Get two Rockford R2 12-inch subs with sub box. Best price on Amazon, $300. Custom Sounds price, just $179. Kenwood 2000 watt amp. tires. Last $4.50, just $1.99. The sale is so big that we'll also be open Sunday from 11 to 6. Don't miss it. Want CarPlay and Android Auto? Last $3.50, just $2.49. CarPlay and Android Auto with a 10-inch screen? Just $3.49. How about wireless CarPlay and Android Auto for just $4.49? Infinity Maxim 2400 watt amps. It's $5.50, just $2.49. Financing and layaway available. All quantities limited. Custom Sounds Intense 18th annual tax sale. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Rock Road location only.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Harvey Street Rec, the page posters for Attorney Roger White.
If you driving and you get into a wreck and you need someone to call on, don't take no chance with them big insurance companies. That's just another sad song. Oh, you got classes and you need answers, and you just want somebody to treat you better. So call Attorney Roger White like right now. He can really turn that wreck into a chick. He can really do it for you.
I'm Attorney Roderick White, and if you want real answers to your car wreck questions and real help with your car wreck problems, call me at 314 or 618. I got you. Or visit us online at IGotYou.net.
So call Attorney Roger White like right now. He can really turn that wreck into a chick. He can really do it for you.
Do you have a tax problem with the IRS and owe more than $10,000? Have you been burned by a tax relief company that has promised you the world and still not resolved your tax issue? No need to worry, because help is on the way. Call Legal Tax Defense, the no-nonsense tax defense attorneys that can make your tax problem a thing of the past. Legal Tax Defense is the most trusted tax company in the nation, with an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Our expert team of in-house tax attorneys and certified agents can protect you from wage garnishments, property seizures, and bank levies. And right now, during the pandemic COVID crisis, the government is offering a special emergency tax relief amnesty program that our experts can see if you qualify for. So if you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, or want to see if you qualify for the COVID Amnesty Initiative, call now.
To qualify for the COVID Tax Forgiveness Program, call now. 855-209-6930. That's 855-209-6930. This call is absolutely free. 855-209-6930. Again, 855-209-6930.
Power your passions for less during Dell's exceptional Black Friday in July event. Enjoy up to $400 off high-performance Dell XPS laptops and desktops, along with next-level Alienware systems, all powered by Intel Core processors. Shop special prices on stunning Dell monitors, top brand electronics and accessories, plus enjoy free shipping on everything. Don't forget to ask for Intel when you call 800-BY-DELL. That's 800-BY-DELL.
This is Ice-T and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
we're on a mission to get America to switch to cold water washing with Tide.
It saves you energy.
And that saves you up to $150 a year on your energy bill.
Plus, Tide cleans better in cold than the bargain brand in hot. So what are you waiting for?
Turn to cold, because Stone Cold said so.
Turn to cold with Tide.
Energy savings based on average when switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines. Performance based on Tide Power Pods versus leading baking soda packs.
Great values are happening now during Lowe's Summer Savings. Save on select appliance special values. Plus, save an additional $50 when you buy 2 or more appliances, each priced $396 or more. You'll also find new lower prices on ceiling fans, landscape lighting, and more. So shop Lowe's today. Must ask cashier to apply discount in store. Online must use promo code. Can't be combined with any other discounts. See Lowe's.com for exclusions and terms. Valid 7/15 through 8/4. U.S. only.
At Target, we know there are a lot of firsts when it comes to going back to school. First looks, first bites, first day photos. So with lower prices and great deals like $8 jeans, $4 tees, and 50-cent supplies, make Target your first stop back to school.
Geico for your boat. See how much you could save at geico.com today.
From the community to the radio, this is the Demetrius Johnson Show on Hot 104.1.
You went there with the big fella. I told you not to go there with the big fella. Oh, big fella, don't hurt him. The big fella just ate you up.
Welcome back to Demetrius Johnson, the big fella, hanging out. We're happy to have a guest. I'm again Shameen Hubbard. Hey Shameen, when we in commercial break, folks, when I'm in commercial break, you can't hear my conversation. If I'm talking in the mic, that means I'm talking to probably Jeff or JC or maybe one of our guests who's about to come on. And so don't worry, you can hear me now when we go back live on the radio from Facebook. Hey, I'm really honored to have on the show this morning the president of the Board of Aldermen, President Louis Reed. And we got some things that's going on within the city of St. Louis, what we're going to talk about. So in the meantime, let me bring on the president of the Board of Aldermen, Louis Reed. Louis, good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, DJ. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, we got some things going on with in the city of St. Louis that I think people need to be more educated on in terms of the care dollars that's coming in from the government, how it's going to be used to help the community and things like that. I want you to kind of give us kind of overview of what's happening, what's going on.
All right, thanks so much, DJ. So the Board of Aldermen is the body within city government that appropriates funds, right? So when the mayor's proposal came over to appropriate the first round of the COVID relief funding, part of that funding was targeted to homeless tent encampments. And those homeless tent encampments, the first ones were slated to go into North St. Louis. The African American Caucus took action. They put together a letter requesting that we limit where those tent encampments could go. And I think that was a great thing. And instead put in place a fund, an economic empowerment fund, so that we could address some of the systemic issues within the North St. Louis community brought about from disinvestment, redlining, and made even worse under COVID-19. The federal government put funding in. When they put funding in place, they cited the need for cities to address those things head on. But at the same time, we put $15 million in place for rental assistance, mortgage assistance, and utility assistance. $3 million in place for rapid rehousing, $1 million in place for food assistance, $15 million in place for home repair funds so that people can address some of those issues, related to, just basic upkeep of their homes. $20 million in place for affordable housing development across the city of St. Louis, and many, many more dollars. Money in place to address some of the crime issues in our city. So where the bill currently sits, we've perfected the bill at the Board of Aldermen, which means that we made our final changes and voted on that. We voted 27-1 on that. So the final two steps that has to happen, the Board of E&A, which includes myself, the comptroller, and the mayor, we have to vote on it. And then it goes back to the Board of Aldermen for the final vote and final passage. So it went to the Board of E&A on Friday, and Friday was the date the Board of Aldermen was scheduled to pass it out. The Board of E&A decided not to take action on the bill. They're citing the money that we put in place targeting areas specifically in North St. Louis, the $33 million Economic Empowerment Fund. The language changes that they're asking us to adopt within that Economic Empowerment Fund would essentially remove all references to North St. Louis and not have the funds targeted in North St. Louis as proposed. This is something that myself and other members of the board are not supporting. We are encouraging the mayor and the comptroller to vote on the bill as is, as it stands right now today. The bill by the mayor's attorney even said the bill there's nothing illegal about the bill. And it's also important to note what this bill does, right? An appropriations bill authorizes spending. It does not force spending, but it authorizes spending. So, that's why other cities across America, like Detroit, the mayor of Detroit adopted very similar plans, almost identical language to what we're doing here in targeting these funds to North St. Louis, these $33 million. the mayor of Pennsylvania, mayor out in Pennsylvania did the exact same thing, almost exact same language, targeting funds to economic depressed areas, and noting the need to do that, just like the federal government talked about. So the
hey, Lewis.
Yep.
Hey, Lewis. Let's break this down a little bit for our audience in case they don't really fully understand, what's going on. So first of all, we're talking about, the federal bill. Some people call it stimulus. The city's going to get, over the next 4 years, $500 million. I guess you got in the short run somewhere in the neighborhood of $250 million. So what's going on here is that you are appropriating how much money? What was it, $165 million?
No, $168 million this first round.
Okay, $168 million for the first round. And there are limitations on the money. The Department of Treasury put out rules. Why don't we start with what are the basics that are in there for people, particularly our audience, which is, we focus on issues that are important to African Americans. You mentioned some of the highlights. What else is in there? I believe there's an affordable housing trust fund, a small business fund. What are some of the highlights in there, and how would they affect people's lives?
Well, we have everything in there for, millions of dollars for job training, $2 million for supporting providers of early childhood education, $250,000 for digital literacy education and community outreach, $1.5 million for direct support care workers, right? We've also put funding in there for adult education, literacy, and skills training. We put money in there for year-round youth employment and youth jobs program. We put money also in place in there for alternative approaches to violence intervention programs. $5 million for that, canvassing and community outreach programs. $1 million in there for youth-led programs, $1 million for mobile vaccination clinics. And Alderwoman Shameen Clark-Hubbard led an effort to put in place $1.25 million for a vaccination program to encourage people to get vaccinated, so people can get a $100 gift card to get vaccinated. We also put money in there for, I already talked about rental assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance, $3 million for rapid rehousing, $1.25 million for permanent supportive housing. $400,000 for legal assistance if people need legal assistance. $450,000 for mediation programs, right? And on and on and on and on. So we have a ton of $8 million in there for emergency sheltering, right? So if you have people that are homeless, we will have, facilities, and, if we have issues of emergency that we need emergency sheltering, right? So we also...
And Lewis, what do you, with all this spending, which I think a lot of people are going to agree with, all those things you just said and everything that's in there, with all this spending, this is one-time money. It is a lot of one-time money. But with this spending, what are you trying to accomplish? How, especially for North St. Louis and African-American people, what are you trying to accomplish with this spending?
What we're trying to accomplish with this spending, one of the key things in this spending is this pot of funds, this $33 million, and also the $20 million housing production fund that will allow us to address some of the issues that grew out of, started with redlining, disinvestment, and all those things. But like the government noted, it was made infinitely worse due to the effects of COVID. So if we can target some areas in North St. Louis to have funding in place for small businesses, funding in place for housing for some of the people who live in North St. Louis, for housing starts and all of those things, we could begin to transform North St. Louis and begin to turn these things around and stabilize neighborhoods and make them safer and better for the people that live there, but also better for the entire city of St. Louis. So it is a phenomenal plan, and mayors all across the country are adopting this exact same plan that the caucus brought to this bill, and it is a great plan. It's the only part of the bill now that there is a movement to say that it's illegal, and they would like to change the language to remove references to North St. Louis out of it, which would be just a travesty to see that happen. So, that's one of those things. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm not going to do it. There is no reason for it. There are examples all across this country where they're doing the exact same thing. And furthermore, I think it's important to note. Hold on. I think it's important to note that the entire funding formula, the reason we got $500 million, the reason we got $500 million opposed to $100 million or $25 million is because they used the community development block grant formula. And that formula is based on concentrated poverty, areas of disinvestment. The things that are prevalent in North St. Louis are the reason why we ended up with $500 million opposed to a lot less. So we should put that money to work in the neighborhoods where it's needed and the communities need it.
I guess the argument on the other side would be that in Southeast St. Louis, there are a lot of poor people, period, and poor African-American people who live in the southeast part of the city. As a matter of fact, some of the most densely populated neighborhoods, Dutchtown, also has a lot of concentrated poverty. Why would it be a bad thing if those pockets were also eligible for this money?
Here's what I'd say. $33 million is a drop in the bucket. We need even more in North St. Louis, right? We know that when we take a look at not just concentrated poverty, but the density of crime and the density of unemployment, no other areas in the city can match what we're seeing in North St. Louis. No other area in the city can match the number of vacant and abandoned buildings that we see in North St. Louis, the number of closed schools that we see in North St. Louis. So those areas also benefit from the $20 million we put in place for a housing production fund, which is a citywide fund. So
Lewis, we need to wrap it up. So you got about 30 seconds to sum up where we are, where we headed, and whatever you need to wrap up.
All right, I'd just say, look, the Board of Aldermen has perfected a bill. There's a bill sitting in ENA right now that would bring relief to this entire city, that would address some of the historic wrongs that we've seen that have led to generational poverty across our city, that can apply funds where we need them to make the biggest difference, to help people's lives, to turn around these issues of COVID, and to assure that families are safe and secure. That bill is sitting at ENA. All it takes is one other member to vote with me and the other 27 members of the Board of Aldermen that voted to support the proposal, and the deal is done. We will not remove the language in the $33 million related to North St. Louis as requested. That language is not illegal. It's being done all across this country. Check out what Detroit is doing. Check out what's happening in Pennsylvania. And if you want to reach me, you can call my office at 314-622-4114. Again, 314-622-4114. This is Lewis Reed, President of the Board of Aldermen, and I certainly appreciate your support to bring some relief to our entire city.
Lewis Reed, President of the Board of Aldermen, thank you very much for coming on and talking. We truly appreciate it. Jeff, great job. The big fella, the coach, Jeff, we'll be right back.
If it's happening in our community, we're talking about it. It's the Demetrius Johnson Show on Hot 104.1.
into this exclusive virtual meet and greet party and tap in for a chance to win $5,000. Presented by Stella Rosa. Join host Big Ticket for this once-in-a-lifetime experience and private photo op with Sweetie. You don't want to miss this. Visit Odyssey.com/Stella Rosa for your chance to win in this national contest. Must be 21 or older to enter. See website for complete rules and tap in with Stella Rosa Wine.
Tap in.
Home values are skyrocketing. Just look and see what houses in your neighborhood are selling for. You have a lot more equity than you think. Now is the perfect time to cash out refinance. TheHomeLoanExpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, MLS number 1326241.
Big news. She said yes. My girlfriend loved the ring so much, she started to cry. I gotta hand it to Shane Company. They made it easy for me to create the perfect engagement ring. I knew my girlfriend wanted a halo ring, so when I met with the jewelry consultant, we started with that, and my budget. He showed me ring settings in my price range. I felt no pressure to buy. For the Cinderstone, we looked at diamonds first. Then he showed me their beautiful sapphires, an option I hadn't even considered. And what a selection. They had over a dozen colors to choose from. He said that Tom Shane hand selects their sapphires in Bangkok. I ended up choosing a blue sapphire. I hadn't planned on that, but once I saw how the diamond halo framed the sapphire, I knew it was perfect for her. She's really one of a kind. And well, that's what I love about her. And we're still getting lots of compliments on the ring.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday and Sunday till 5, and online at shaneco.com.
Did you know that Cleopatra ate pickles to preserve her good looks? Woo! Hi, I'm Dan Grosvenor from 5 Star Auto Plaza, and I like a good pickle too. Like the pickle I'm in right now. And you know what that means. This week at 5 Star Auto Plaza, we'll get you in a nicer, newer car for just 5 cents down. Yep, just a nickel, and you can drive. Even if your good credit floated down the Nile. Even if you've run into credit pyramids before. 5 Stars Everyone Drives credit approval process means if you have a job and a nickel, you can be approved and driving today for a low payment of only $177 a month. The Queen of the Nile was known more for her brains than her good looks. Make the smart choice, St. Louis. Let 5 Star Auto Plaza treat you like royalty today. See all the cars at 5starautoplaza.com. I'm Dan Grosvenor, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Credit requires bank approval. 4.9% APR. Stock T2 19,999. Call 877-230-8395 for complete recorded details.
That's 5starautoplaza.com. Woo!
Pickle Man. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.
Now back to the Demetrius Johnson Show on Hot 104.1.
Welcome back to the Demetrius Johnson Show. The big fella hanging out with his boys, JC and Jeff. Coming up and shortly, we're going to have Mayor Tashara Jones to come on and talk with us about what's going on. Should be a good conversation. Hey, but let me tell you something before Mayor Jones. She should be calling in real soon. Jeff and JC, you guys there?
Yes.
All right. So yesterday, I got to tell you, I had a great experience, right? So my daughters, Pat and my daughters, they take me to, and I'm going to have this gentleman on today, take me to a gentleman called Daryl Taylor. Daryl Taylor, he does Taylor Gents, all right? He custom clothing, makes suits from the beginning. So my daughters wanted to do something special for me. They wanted to do something special. So now they take me to go and get a custom made. Well, I'll tell you about it. Let me get ready to get the mayor on after this. Well, you guys will really appreciate what my daughters did for me. And this guy, Daryl Taylor, y'all, of Taylor Gents, oh my God, he's off the charts. But in the meantime, let's do this. And Jeff, you'll be the same routine. Jeff will be doing most of the questioning. Let's bring in a conversation the mayor of the city of St. Louis, Mayor Tashara Jones. Mayor Jones, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to inform our community of what's going on and what's happening in St. Louis and in City Hall, what you guys got going on. So, Mayor, I'm going to turn it over to your conversation, and Jeff normally handles our political piece, so he'll be talking to you in the question. So, Mayor, thank you very much, and turn it over to you, Mayor.
Well, good morning.
Right. Good morning.
Good morning. I am just coming on to let you know what's going on in City Hall. We are hard at work to get people vaccinated, to protect public safety, and to protect and to make sure that we get this American Recovery Act plan passed. We are hard at work with the Board of Aldermen, just trying to come to an agreement to make sure that we can get shots in arms, improve public safety, and improve public health. What we're going to be really focused on these coming weeks, as everybody knows, the Delta variant is spreading like wildfire through the state of Missouri, and we want to make sure that people get vaccinated because as of recent, African Americans are 80% of new cases, yet we're only maybe 20 to 30% of people are vaccinated in the city of St. Louis. So I want to tell all of your listeners, if you have not been vaccinated, it is your best protection against the Delta variant and COVID-19. And I want to implore all of your listeners, if they have questions, call your doctor, call a health professional that you trust, or call the St. Louis City Health Department. You have questions, we have answers. And so we're going to be standing up our mobile vaccination clinics, going door to door, and trying to encourage people to get vaccinated because that is the best way they can protect themselves and protect their families.
Hey, Mayor, so what do you think is, why are so few, relatively speaking, African Americans vaccinated? And there's an idea that's come forward to give people financial incentives, including gift cards. What's holding us back, and how do you feel about this gift card idea?
Well, there's mixed research on gift cards. I'll be honest with you. There are some, we've seen a whole host of incentives like gift cards, lotteries, free beer, Cardinals tickets, to try to encourage people to get vaccinated. And I'll be honest with your listeners, it's a mixed bag. It really comes down to trust in the healthcare industry. And let's also be honest, the healthcare industry has not done a good job of making sure that they provide care in culturally appropriate ways in the past, not currently, but in the past. And so there's a huge trust issue there. But people often say, well, I don't know what's in that vaccine. Well, you don't know what's in that fast food you ate last night. So, you're ingesting a whole host of other things in your body, and the vaccine, I think, is the thing that's least likely to harm you at the moment with COVID-19 still spreading. If we don't get this under control, if we don't get our vaccination rates up, we could be facing, another spike, and we're supposed to be on the downside of this virus and of this pandemic, and we have to get vaccinated. We have to get close to herd immunity in order to get back to normal.
One of the other things going on, and this is related to that, obviously, is that the city of St. Louis, because of the damage done by COVID, the city is going to receive over the next 4 years somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 million, and the city's gotten the first allotment. You put forward a plan that won a lot of plaudits to spend, I believe, the first $80 million or so. For people who haven't been following this in the newspaper, and it came through an advisory group that you put together, what ideas did you put forward, and what do you hope get accomplished once that money ends up in the pipeline and gets spending in the ways that you see fit?
Well, yeah, so I put together a stimulus advisory board. Actually, we started meeting the day after I got sworn in on April 20th, and they worked together with industry experts, with lawyers, with accountants and auditors to make sure that everything that they were proposing was within the law. And some of those things were, obviously, we want to get vaccines in arms, so helping our public health infrastructure Again, standing up mobile vaccine clinics, going door to door, direct relief payments in the form of $500 per family if you make less than, or a family of four making less than about $66,000 a year. We want to make sure that we have activities for our young people, expanding youth job opportunities to year-round youth job opportunities, trying to meet families where they are, understanding that sometimes kids work or need an opportunity to work year-round, standing up technical hubs to connect our small businesses to all of the resources that are coming down from the federal government through the SBA, and helping them, helping our small businesses recover from COVID, and as well as emergency rental and utility assistance and mortgage assistance, just to name a few of the things that are in this bill. And, we are working with the Board of Aldermen to try to get it passed and make sure that everything that we pass in the bill is legally acceptable under the law, because that's important, because as the mayor, and I have to send these reports every month to the Department of Treasury talking about how we're spending these funds, and it's important that we get this right out of the gate.
So we'll come back to the board bill in a sec, but the idea that's got
Jeff, excuse me, guys, real quick. I got to play our legal ID, and we'll come back. We're speaking with Mayor Tashard Jones. Let's play our legal ID.
Broadcasting live from the Planet Fitness Studio, WHHL Hazelwood, St. Louis. This is the Demetrius Johnson Show, Hot 104.1. The views expressed on the Demetrius Johnson Show are not necessarily those of WHHL FM.
Okay, guys. Sorry, Mayor. Sorry, Jeff.
And Mayor, there are a lot of people, when they see this money spent, they're like, oh, that'll never affect my life. But you have an idea that will directly affect a lot of people's lives, and that is a direct payment. Why don't you explain that idea, what's being proposed, and what you hope it accomplishes?
Yeah, so we set aside about $5 billion in this first package to give families $500. We realized that we wanted to structure a direct relief package that met people where they are. So everybody doesn't qualify for every piece of direct aid that we've outlined. For example, if we have about $12 million in emergency rental assistance directly from the federal government, from the HUD department. But if you are unhoused, you won't qualify for that. If you're unhoused without children, you won't qualify for the current child tax credit that's out there. But $500 can make a world of difference to someone who is unhoused in order to put a deposit down on an apartment, or for for single parents. For myself, when I was in the legislature, I would have qualified for this payment, and that would have been a tremendous help for me in helping pay down daycare. So we're trying to provide direct aid to people no matter where they are on the spectrum, and so there's a proposal to provide $500 for 10,000 families throughout the city.
And the dispute right now, as I understand it, between the board is whether setting aside money for specific economic development in North St. Louis follows under the rules or not. And I don't think our audience are a bunch of lawyers who want to listen to arguments over the rules. So I'll ask a different question, which is, would you agree that targeted economic using some targeted economic development in North St. Louis is a good idea? And if the way the board has written it won't work, is there another way to get done what the Black Caucus and some of the aldermen want to get done as far as economic development in North St. Louis?
Absolutely. I am born, raised, and still live in North St. Louis. So absolutely, we need to make sure that we have targeted relief for economic development for North St. Louis. However, the U.S. Treasury guidelines say we have to do it the right way, and there is a way to do it. We have proposed this to President Reed and the members of the board. It's not that we're not going to do it. We just have to do it the right way, and that's all I'm trying to say. Let's do this the right way, because if we don't, we could be in danger of returning tens of millions of dollars. So and I propose the solution to do that the right way. We just need the board to come to the table and accept those amendments.
One last question on the relief. Are you considering, which you have the authority to do under the charter, are you considering calling the board into a special session?
We are evaluating all of our options right now. I mean, honestly, what the people deserve is a government that works for them, not the other way around. And so we are considering all of our options right now and making sure that we work together to get this direct relief bill passed and shots in arms and money in pockets and direct relief in our streets as soon as possible.
And then one last topic for me, DJ. Mayor, a lot of our listeners really believe in the power of having a job, and you were on in the late spring talking about a new summer jobs program, particularly for young people and young African Americans. We're about in the middle of summer now. How's that program going, and what are your thoughts on that?
I don't have any recent updates from that, but we folded it in with the existing summer youth jobs program, and as far as I know, I think that things are going well. We want to extend that to year round. That is also a part of this direct relief package. And also, if any of your listeners are looking for work, we are still hiring in the city of St. Louis. So we have a huge need right now for trash truck drivers. So anybody with a CDL or wants to learn how to get a CDL, we are available. Just go to the SLATE department, St. Louis Agency on Training and Employment, or to the St. Louis City's website, stlouis-mo.gov/jobs. We're in a hiring mode, and we're trying to make sure that we fill these positions, and our starting pay is a minimum of $15 an hour.
And Mayor, anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to talk about, or you'd like to let our listeners know, that is important to you?
Again, just want to drive home the message of the importance of getting vaccinated. I can't stress this enough. It is important that that your listeners really, if they have questions, call the health department, call a health professional that they trust to get information about the vaccine. My entire family has been vaccinated, from my 13-year-old son up to my 70-plus-year-old father, because it's important that we protect ourselves and protect our loved ones.
Well, Mayor Tashara Jones, I want to thank you very much. You're always welcome to come on and talk about anything that's going on in St. Louis, and you've done a good job coming on and keeping us abreast of what's happening in the city of St. Louis, and we truly appreciate it. You have anything else you need to talk about before we go?
No, that's it. Thank you for the opportunity. Just making sure that we keep our listeners updated as to what's going on in City Hall. Thank you.
Mayor Tashara Jones, thank you very much for your time this morning. We truly appreciate it.
All righty.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Jeff and JC, we're going to take a break, man. We're going to come back. I think, do we take a break now or not? We got a couple minutes. All right, let's see. Good. Oh, yeah, we got a couple minutes. All right. So before I take my break, I got to tell you what happened, Jeff and JC. So yesterday, and I'm going to have this gentleman on this morning, my daughters took me over to this clothing shop. Now, I've get my suits tailored and all that stuff, but I've never had a custom-made suit from scrap. You know what I'm saying, Jeff and JC? Never had that.
Yes, absolutely.
Never had that. So my daughters, they said, Dad, we want to do something special for you. We love you, and we just want to take you over and just the experience. We want you to feel the experience of something like that. Man, I'm telling you something. I went over here to this gentleman's shop, Darrell Taylor, man. He's with Tailored Gents, and they're located 8001 Clayton Road. JC and Jeff, I don't know if you guys ever had a suit just custom made for you. Like I said, I never have. I never had any interest in doing it. I go get some nice suits and get them, tailored and all that stuff. But just custom made that they send overseas or whatever they do to get it just, that was one of the best experiences I ever had. It was so cool. And then my daughter, right, and we're documenting this whole journey of what they're doing with me, right? And my daughter, she's a big old baby, man. She just started crying, you know. My girl Rose just started crying, and she just so emotional. And then my other daughters, Alex, you know, I'm crying. They crying. The guy crying. Go ahead. What you got to say? Go ahead, Big D.
I'm just surprised you actually let somebody do something for you. I'm going to give you applause for that.
I appreciate it. I'm telling you, I was not going to do it. And I'm telling you, folks, just the experience my daughters gave me, and then just see how emotional they were. I'm telling you, man, and some of you young parents out there, let me just say this to you. How you treat your kids as kids, it's going to be very important how they treat you as an older adult. Which I hear what I'm saying. How you treat your kids as kids going to be very important how they treat you when you become an elderly adult.
That is 100% true. What goes around comes around.
No doubt.
I am telling you, go ahead,
you know, my grandfather used to say, you never know who might have to bring you a drink of water.
No doubt about it.
So I take it that they made you feel pretty good, huh?
Man, I'm telling you, man, I got some special kids, and I am just so honored and thankful, man. And what they did for me yesterday, man, I just get emotional thinking about it because I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to show up. I said, man, I ain't spending no money on me like that. Got no time for all that. Just seeing the love my family, my kids had for me, man, and how special it was to them. And they were just, Dad, it's all about the experience, Dad. We don't care what, I mean, I'm just telling you, folks, you better be good to your kids, boy, because, boy, I'm telling you, one day you're going to need them. And you better hope they have good memories of how you treated them.
You know, the same thing goes. It's like the extension of what you do for the city.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Right. I appreciate that, D. You're right.
How many people's lives you actually touch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to be able to be touched by your kids, you know, that's
dude,
a blessing.
Every time I think about it, man, I'm about to damn near cry on the radio because they were just so special to me, man. You know, I mean, I spent the whole day with them just doing everything, just kicking it with them, right?
That's what's up.
It was one of the best films. And hey, folks, I'm gonna tell you something. I've known Jeff. I know you wear your Brooks Brothers suits and stuff, right?
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
Only the funerals now, unfortunately.
I know.
Weddings.
Stop wedding the funerals, Jeff. Go to the weddings with them.
Weddings and funerals.
I'm telling you, this guy, I'm going to have him on shortly, this Daryl Taylor from Taylor Gents. He communicated with me, man. He made me feel good. He was funny. He was smart. I mean, good-looking dude. You could tell he's in the clothing industry. I mean, and then guess what, JC? He's a black man, a young brother.
Yeah. And I think we need to get our listeners, particularly our men, to understand when you say a tailor, it's made from scratch.
Yes.
If that makes sense. So it's not like when you go to Brooks Brothers and get the one off the rack and then they hem the pants up and then you go to the wedding. It's made from scratch. They take your measurements, everything your way, and it's made just for you.
Right. Can we? Hey, let's see if we can get this dude on, Big D. I'm telling you.
Now, DJ, I gotta ask you this.
Yes.
This is important. Big fella, are you gonna have your name engraved on the inside?
Oh yeah, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, Jeff. I got the big fella in the inside of it, man.
There you go.
Hey, Jeff.
That makes it official.
It's official. So when you open up the jacket, say big fella.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this is a major motivation for you not to gain weight.
I'm telling you, it is because you get to cut some weight, and then not only that, right, Jeff? Then like the cuffs on my shirts, right? Got my initials on them and all that stuff. I mean, stuff I don't normally do. You know, I wear some decent clothes, but I don't really go out and just custom made my stuff like that.
And did you just do your DJ or did you include your middle initial?
No, just DJ, man. I don't have my middle initial. I don't want to tell you what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to tell you that, but I am telling you, man, Jeff and JC.
When will the thing be ready? When will you be able to pick it up?
I was going to talk about 3 weeks.
Well, we can't wait to see the picture of it. You got to put it on. I assume he'll have you try it on.
Oh yeah, then we're gonna have the picture.
Sure, one of your daughters is with you and takes pictures.
Yeah, then what we're gonna do? We're just gonna go somewhere. You feel me? We just gonna go somewhere real nice. Yeah. I mean, it was the guy, man. I'm telling you, and I know he's got one of those like them kind of phones. What do you call them phones? What do you call them numbers they got? When you call him, you have to leave your name in it, and then he'll answer it. What do you call those? Hey D, what do you call those numbers? Whatever kind of weird numbers they are. But check this out.
An answering service?
Yeah, it's kind of like an answering service, but it's not. Whatever it is. Oh, shoot. One of those phone numbers they call. Say, state your name, and you state your name, then he call you back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you something, man. I gave him the number to call in, so maybe he'll still call in. But I am telling you, folks, Jeff and JC, man, my daughters, they just so freaking awesome. I'm telling you, they are so freaking awesome. I want to thank them so much. They just treated me. I'm telling you, the work you put in your kids at a young age is going how they treat you at an old age. I am telling you, when you get in there, when you get incapacitated, can't do stuff, can't move, boy, you better hope them kids on your back, got your back, you know. Because I'm telling you what, man, it was so freaking great. Jeff, JC, I was on cloud nine the whole day, man. And I tell you, I was like, I wasn't going to show up. I'm not showing up. I ain't coming. No, I'm not. Man, that was a blessing. All right, we can't get my man yet. I guess he'll call in. No, are we about to take a break, D? Oh, well, let's go. We got, okay. How many minutes we got with her before we go to break? Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go. We'll get my man back. All right, let's go and change our subjects. Let's go back to our phone lines. Let me bring in a young lady that had a very tragic situation that happened with her husband. And I'm sorry that we got to transition to all my suits and all that good stuff to some very tragic. But let me bring in a conversation. Clara Chick. Clara?
Yes.
How you doing
I'm
this
here.
morning?
Good morning, Demetrius. I'm here with my daughter. She's going to speak first.
Okay.
And then I will take over.
Well, let's do this. Daughter, how you doing?
Good morning.
Let's talk about something happened, I think about a year ago that just happened.
Yes, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Marcia, and I first wanted to thank you for giving my mother the opportunity to speak on behalf of our family. And we just, again, thank you for allowing us to, again, announce this publicly that injustices continue to happen, and not just with frontline police officers, but with just any situations, in particularly ours, that she'll highlight for us. So I just, again, just thank you for allowing us to speak on your show today.
Yes, ma'am, we appreciate it. It's an honor to be able to try to get the word out of what's going on in the community. So thank you for coming on.
Okay. Here's my mom.
Yes, ma'am. So, Ms. Cheeks, what's going on?
Yes, this is what's going on, Demetrius. You know, I aired on the news last Friday, but the news didn't do us justice for us what happened to Mr. Cheeks. In 2010, on April the 17th of 2010, Mr. Cheeks was kidnapped and murdered by a white Caucasian family. After Mr. Cheeks died, they made themselves a will and said that Mr. Cheeks left them their entire estate. So when my son received the will, we noticed that the signature was a forged signature. But this lady, Lucinda Wynn is her name, her attorney had taken and signed the will and notarized it. And the darn thing about it, we realized that it wasn't Mr. Cheeks' signature. Plus, it was made like 22 days before he died. Then her attorney, after Mr. Cheeks' death, after Mr. Cheeks' death, after 18 days, her attorney went to the courts and filed it in court her attorney did this. Okay, so we know something's not right. We knew this wasn't Mr. Cheek's signature. So what we did, of course, we traveled to Rockford so we could start investigating some things. But before we left going to Rockford, I had a friend to call me and tell me that she saw something in the newspapers about Mr. Cheek's death, and he was at a Olsen mortuary. So, and that was kind of strange to her because he passed up all the black mortuaries on the west side of town to go over to a white mortuary on the east side of town. So she gave me the phone number of the mortuary, and I called them. And I asked them, did they have an Afro-American man there by the name of Mr. Cheeks? And they said yes. So then I asked some questions about Mr. Cheeks, and then the gentleman that I spoke with said, well, Mr. Cheeks came in here a few days before his death and paid for his services. And he said he was by himself. And he said Mr. Cheeks does not want anybody, he left orders at least, that no one is to view his body and that he wanted to be cremated. So my next question was, well, when are you guys planning on cremating him? And he said, we don't have any idea right now. Okay, so that was the end of that conversation. So once we drive to Rockford, and we go to Olsen Mortuary, and we speak with them in person, and I didn't go in. I stayed in the car. My son and one of my other sons and grandson went in to talk to the people.
Hold on. I'm tired. I'm lost. I'm lost on this one. You're saying they're saying your husband came in and said, I want to be cremated. Now he's living.
No, he came in and paid for his services 3 days before his death.
Hold on. Are they trying to say he committed suicide or he died from what are they saying he died from?
They're saying he died natural causes.
Hold on, but how would he know he's about to have a natural cause death 3 days before he died?
Listen, you're right, but that's what the death certificate is saying. He died of natural causes by prostate cancer. That's what they're saying. Mr. Cheeks did have, he was being treated for prostate, but he wasn't near death. We were making plans for our grandson's graduation. In July, Mary J. Blige was going to be in town. We were planning to plan on coming down here. We were going to see Mary J. Blige. I had just spoken with him 2 weeks before his death. He was fine. And nobody knew anything about Mr. Cheeks being, he was dying, and not even his pastor, his neighbors, his friends.
No, we understand that. But my other question is, so who went to, didn't you say somebody went to the bank or something?
No, I didn't say anybody went to the bank. No one went to the bank. What happened was the people that killed Mr. Cheeks made themselves their will.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Now, the people that killed Mr. Cheeks, they made a will?
Yes.
Now, who was the will made out to?
It's made out to the woman that was involved in Mr. Cheeks' death.
But now she signed it. He didn't have his signature on it?
I'm sorry, I didn't get
his signature. It's not his signature.
It's not his signature, no.
So so if that's not his signature, how is it that you cannot get them for fraud and theft? I mean, because I'm sure the limitations of something is expired, but you still should be able to get them for something else.
Well, we should be able to get him for his death because they're responsible for his death. Plus, the statute of limitations is only up for fraud because we went there and filed the forged report.
Gotcha.
But instead, the police department, they altered the report. And the officer that took the report, when he took the report, he told me and my son, he said, I'm a low man on a totem pole. He said, so I'm going to do the report, but I don't know what's going to happen to it. He was a very nice officer. He was very apologetic, and he did tell us some other things to do. But he did state that I don't know what's going to happen to this report. And he was right, because when we went back to Rockford 2 weeks later to pick the report up, they had altered the whole entire report. Nothing about forgery.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing about forgery.
Okay, but let me ask. I got to ask you this question though. Okay.
Okay.
Now you said your husband, were you guys estranged?
We ex-husband. He was my ex-husband.
Your ex-husband. Okay, got you.
But we were friends. Yes, but we were friends.
Okay, and because it's kind of confusing to me, because since you was in touch with him, you guys wasn't married, but y'all was good friends. Now, was he married to this other lady, or he was dating this other lady?
Oh no, we can't find anyone to say that that they even knew them dating. We did find out.
Well, how would y'all know who the lady is if y'all don't know if they was dating?
I'm telling you now. I'm getting ready to tell you how we found out who she was and how Mr. Cheeks knew her. Mr. Cheeks worked 3 jobs, and he taught high school during the day. In the evening, he went into a different district, and he was a manager. And I'm saying manager, I'm sorry. He was a janitor. And this lady, she taught school at this middle school. That's how Mr. Cheeks even got to know her. We did find that out. And once he went to court, she did stay in court. That's how she got to know Mr. Cheeks.
Well, now, did they have a relationship?
Nobody knows. Nobody, and she didn't bring anyone forward to say that they knew that her and Mr. Cheeks had a relationship. None of Mr. Cheeks' friends, his son, the neighbors told us.
Nobody knew if your ex-husband had a relationship with this woman.
No one.
Okay, but nobody knew if your okay, hold on. Nobody knew if your ex-husband had a relationship. However, this woman signed a will or something, you said.
Yes, she did.
But how would you let somebody sign a will if you ain't really close to this person?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. But she made the will after they killed him. And let me tell you this.
Okay.
On March the 16th, Mr. Cheeks went and had his taxes done at a place called Gibbs, Texas.
Uh-huh.
On March the 16th.
Yep.
On March the 17th, this lady evidently called Mr. Cheeks, maybe and said, "Can you loan me $153 or could you give me?" I don't know. But he wrote her a check for $153. So I feel like, and I might be wrong, that gave her a chance to practice his signature son.
Wow.
And, and so from that, after she
well, hey, let me do this. I got to take a break. I'm gonna come back and give you a few more minutes. So kind of think about what you want happen, what you want done, because this is all off the charts, man. I have no idea what you.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
I'm gonna get 2 years past, so some things I'm not gonna put in there. Okay,
all right. Well, you put in whatever you want to put in. That's why we give you the airway. All right, the big fella, the Hurricane, and JC, the coach, and Miss Cheeks don't have a hell of a clue what's going on here. Right back.
If it's happening in our community, we're talking about it. It's the Demetrius Johnson Show on Hot 104.1.
Some things are just true. Like Geico makes it easy to save on boat insurance. And also, people who don't have boats will always find a way to be invited.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, the weather's nice. I thought maybe you'd take the boat out. Oh, can I come? Please? Please? Switch to Geico, and you could save hundreds on boat insurance. It's just true.
How's your mental health?
years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
At Target, we know there are a lot of firsts when it comes to going back to school. First impressions, first chapters, first day photos. So with easy and safe ways to shop like order pickup, drive up, and school list assist, make Target your first stop back to school.
Geico for your boat. See how much you could save at geico.com today.
From the community to the radio, this is the Demetrius Johnson Show on Hot 104.1.
You went there with the big fella. I told you not to go there with the big fella. Oh, big fella, don't hurt him. The big fella just ate you up.
Welcome back to the Demetrius Johnson Show, the big fella. Speaking with a young lady, Miss Cheeks, about a situation that happened to her husband some years ago, and it's really kind of confusing to everybody, even us and her. So we got a couple more minutes, and because we got to wrap it up because we got other guests. So, Ms. Cheeks, what do you want to see happen in this whole dynamic?
Okay, now I'm going to say just a couple other things. The night that Mr. Cheeks was kidnapped, the neighbor noticed a lot of records coming from Mr. Cheeks' home, and she did spot this lady's car there in her truck. I also want people to know that we have contacted the Rockford Police Department, and they have looked over some documents that we have. They know we've been told that everything that these people have done is criminal, that they don't want to get involved. And also, they looked at Mr. Cheeks' signature, and they say they're not professional, but they can tell it's not his signature, but they don't want to get involved. And once we went to court on this, of course, we lost in court. But we found out later that the judge was involved in this. We lost in court. But later, we got documents that we can prove.
Why don't you go to the FBI or somebody, Ms. Cheeks?
Prosecutor was involved.
Ms. Cheeks.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Won't you go to the U.S. attorney, Illinois attorney, whichever state is in, and try to get them involved? Because if you know all these people are involved, you got to go somewhere else to do this. Because I understand, I appreciate you coming on talking about it, but I think I would suggest you go to a higher court, a higher office, FBI or something like that, to try to get them involved with the proof. If you got all the proof you're saying you have, I think you should be able to open this case up again. That's what I think should happen.
This again is what we're asking for your help. If our listeners could help us contact the governor, here's the information that we would like for our listeners.
Now, is that the governor of Illinois or the governor of Missouri?
I'm sorry?
Is it the governor of Illinois?
Yeah, it's the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker.
Okay. Well, won't you do this? Won't you guys, and because we got to go, won't you call some of the mayors in the various municipalities from over there and ask them to help give you some direction on what you need to do and how you can contact those people? That's what I would do.
Okay. Thank you very much.
My prayers go out to you and your family, so I'm sorry to hear that what happened.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck. Wow. All right. Let's go and bring in my man to conversation, my man, Daryl Taylor. What up, DT?
What's going on, DJ? How are you?
Man, I'm feeling good like a DJ should, man. Hey, man, give everybody who you are, what you got going on first.
Sure. So my name's Daryl. I own a shop called Taylor Gents Custom Clothiers. We're conveniently located on 8001 Clayton Road, right in Clayton. And really, DJ, what we do and what we're known for, we solve problems for men that helps boost their confidence, and their personal and professional branding. So, before we even get into what that is, it's all about helping people. And that's actually how I got into the business. I had challenges with finding things that fit me. I'm 6'3", about 190. I have a center frame, so, really long arms. So the challenge for me was always finding professional attire that would fit me. So, we're really here just to solve problems, and a lot of men have them. Most men aren't built, they don't have average builds. Everyone has some nuance about them. So, that causes challenges, with one's wardrobe. So, that's what we love. We love when a client comes in, but the way we do that is through strategic wardrobing. So we do custom suiting as our specialty. So making hand finish or full handmade suits, sport coats, trousers, dress shirts. We do accessories, and we also make shoes as well. So just we try to look at one's closet and just be strategic about how that person looks, from a personal and professional branding standpoint.
We're speaking with Daryl Taylor of Taylor Gents, man. I'm telling you, man, that experience with me and my daughter yesterday. I was telling everybody this story, man. We all in there crying. I'm crying. She's crying. You crying. Everybody crying, man. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I'm telling you, I've had a lot of blessed experiences. Daryl, this experience that Tailored Gents gave me was amazing. And I want to thank you for that.
No, I want to thank your daughters and your lovely wife for actually, presenting you with the opportunity. It's an opportunity for me as well, with yourself and just any client that walks through the door. I look at it as an opportunity to try to help them. So, I was glad you came in. We try to make everyone feel comfortable. I like to learn a little bit about the client. What is their lifestyle, personally and professionally, and then we apply that towards what type of garments we're going to construct. So, it was great for me. I love to see just the that moment between you and your daughters, and that's what it's about. It's at the end of the day, like I said yesterday, it's just clothing, but it's fun whenever you can select the cloth, the fabric, the linings, and really put your stamp on how you want to see DJ, as opposed to going to a big box store and say, man, I hope they have something that I'm looking for, or I hope they have my size. So that we alleviate both of those because we literally have thousands of fabrics to choose from, which you witnessed that. But then the sizing is not an issue because we can fit from kids all the way up to, I had a gentleman in the other day, there's a 70-inch chest. So, we fit a little bit of everything.
Wow.
So,
well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to have to get you back on next week because I want to get in some details because we're running out of time. But I'm going to tell you something, man. This Daryl Taylor of Taylor Gents, man, that's located right off Clinton Road, man, right up the street from the IHOP, right? Man, it is perfectly located in the gallery. It's perfectly located. And, man, his service was on. Jeff, I'm telling you, them old-ass Brooks Brothers suits you're wearing, we got to get you a Taylor suit, dog.
All right.
We got to.
I'm sorry, I got a question.
Well, looking forward to it.
I have a question, Mr. Tyler. Did you give him, or did you get him in an ascot? That's all I need to know.
So it's a process, brother. So we just did the initial fitting. He'll be back in 3 or 4 weeks where we're going to firm up the fit.
Got to be official with the ascot, bro.
We need to add an ascot. All right. Duly noted.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, folks, I promise you, pricing is unbelievable. Service, unbelievable. Y'all need to get over there. I'm telling you, man, it was the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life. And I've had some great experience in my lifetime. This was unbelievable, man. This guy, and then he made me feel comfortable, right? Because I didn't want to go. Man, my daughter's blowing me up. Dad, you better get here. I'm telling you, I get there, and this guy, Daryl Taylor. Oh my God, Daryl Taylor. He did a great job of Tailored Gents, man. Folks, I promise.
Hey, DJ, I got 2 questions. So people may be wondering, one is, how long does it take? How long does the process take? Does it take forever? And number 2 is Mr. Taylor, is Taylor like your dad's
Taylor
name?
Is Tyler.
So happened that
Tyler.
You became a Taylor? Oh, it's Tyler.
Yeah,
okay.
Tyler.
That was Taylor.
There's a lot of Taylors in DJ's life. And so Taylor just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's Tyler.
It is Tyler.
I got it.
First name.
I got it. Anyway, how long does the process take?
Sure. So, we can turn a suit in 4 to 5 weeks, which is pretty average. Like I explained to DJ, we're a little different in the market where we like to do a cursory fitting garment or a cursory fitting suit prior to finishing your garment. So that takes about 3 weeks, and we don't have to do that for every order. But when we have a new client, we're really known for our fit. So we like to drill down on the fit in the beginning. So there's 3 weeks there for a fitting suit to come back, depending on the construction, which we can get into later.
So when you say,
but then normally it takes 4 to 5 weeks to get something.
but when
back.
you say
4 to 6.
courtesy suit, what does that mean?
That means that, mostly what you're going to find in the market, if it's custom, you're going to pick the cloth, they're going to construct your suit and finish it, and when it comes in, they're going to, if there's any alterations that need to be made, they're going to alter your finished garments. What we do is we take a step further. It's almost like a wedding when you have a tasting before they actually make your food for your wedding day at the reception. Now they do a tasting to make sure that it's exactly what they want before it's presented to hundreds of guests. Well, we do that on the suiting side. So I make basically a template. I create a template based on your body measurements, posture, the entire nine. It's about 50 measurements. And then that comes back just it's not complete, but it just gives me and the client a cursory check of, yeah, he nailed it. He got the bicep right. The pants have enough room. The break is exactly how I want it. And then when we go to finish your garments, there's minimal to no alterations. We call it a walkout fit. So when your suit is finished, more likely than not, there's hardly going to be anything we need to do to it, if any. You just walk out. So, there may be a little tweaks here and there, but it's not a huge overhaul like we missed something. And so that's something that's unique to the market that we believe we're the only ones that offer in the St. Louis Metro.
Hey, Jeff, I got to get you and JC over there, man. I'm telling you. The service, just the decor, how you treat you, how you make you feel, Jeff. I'm serious, man. I've never had that experience before. It was. Folks, I'm telling you, man. Go ahead, Jay.
Jeff, if there's a playlist you like, whether it's classic rock, I think I had the jazz on for DJ. Just
it was smooth. It was smooth, man.
We had something nice and smooth. In
man,
there.
I was about to ask you for a glass of wine, man. I'm like, give me a glass of wine.
Hey, I almost did the mimosas, but I had to get to know your face.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, Jeff and JC, hey, Big D, it's off the charts, man. Folks, I am telling you. Go ahead, JC. I'm sorry.
Well, one of the great things about it is the young man, sounds like indeed a professional, and he's a young black man. So we definitely want to support him. And all those, man, just to experience it. Like you said, DJ, if you don't experience it once, just to experience it.
Man.
We blow a lot of money on a lot of things. You know what I mean? And so just to experience that and to support this young man as an entrepreneur, man, is a great thing, man.
No doubt about it. Well, hey, my man, Daryl, Tyler, we're going to get you on again next weekend because I didn't give you enough time, man. I had so much stuff going on.
That's okay.
But I'm going to get you on next week. We're going to talk again. And, man, look here, folks. Y'all can meet me over there. I'm telling you. 8001 Clayton Road, man. It's Taylor Gents by my man Daryl Tyler, off the freaking charts. And give me away how they can reach you, Daryl.
They can reach me. Just look at my website, tailorgents.com. That's TAILORED. Gents, like gentlemen, GENTS.com, 314-527-0944. But if you go to the website, you can email me, you can call me. Everything comes to me directly. So, yeah, we'd love to entertain questions, and we appreciate the opportunity, DJ.
My man, I look forward to having you back on next Sunday. Thank you so much, Daryl.
Thank you. You guys have a blessed day.
All right, that's my man, Daryl, man. Daryl Tyler, man, with Tailored Gents, man, on Clayton. Oh, man, we got to bring my girl in for a quick second. We ain't going to be able to really get down with her today. We had to bring you back next week for Taylor's Take. So, Taylor? Are you there?
Hey.
Sorry, we won't be able to get your take in today because, you want to talk real quick. We got about 5 minutes, I guess.
You know what? Let's hold it off for next week because it's something we really need to dive into.
Okay.
We really need to dive into, and it's going to take us some time.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to do that Taylor Take next week. Sorry, folks. We got kind of backed up when we had some unexpected guests coming on, and we had to do that. So, Taylor, I really appreciate it, and I'm thankful that you did that for me.
Absolutely. Have a great day, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. Look at that. We got Taylor, we got Tyler, Taylor Gents, and Taylor's Take. We got the 3 T's. What's up with that, D? What's up, man?
Great experience yesterday. Well, actually, this weekend I've been DJing all weekend, and I realized something that kind of caught me off guard. So, for those of you that don't know, I am a resident DJ at Legends down on Marcus. So, the young man that owns that building is Mr. Cunningham. Actually, has brothers and sisters. Years ago, when I first started working in radio. Well, when I got back to radio in St. Louis, I was also working for when pagers were big.
Uh-huh.
And come find out that I done worked for Mr. Cunningham's older brother.
Oh, wow.
At Pagers Plus. So we got to talking, and he has a business that's in the North St. Louis area, teaching people how to drive tractor trailers and giving them CDLs.
Wow, that's awesome. What's his business name? You know,
Get back
to me. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
because a lot of people need that. We can do that.
And he's dead set.
Could he also teach them how to drive trash trucks? Because when the mayor came on, she said there are 90 trash truck drivers short, but you got to have some kind of a commercial license. Could he teach them that?
Class B CDL for that, I believe, is what it takes. But I'm sure that I don't know. He may not have a problem with that. I'll get in touch.
You know what I always wanted to do? I wanted to drive one of the buses, though, man.
What, a school bus?
No, not a school bus, a regular bus. I've been ready to knock them kids' ass off, throwing stuff, hitting you in the back of the head and stuff. You drive the bus.
I spent years doing that. Not knocking kids off, but driving school bus.
No, I don't want to drive no school bus. I want to drive one of the big trucks. I like to go down there and just try one of them trucks, though. It'd be kind of cool. I like to just turn a corner with one of them. Because I can't drive, so I want to turn the corner. Right. Hey, man, before we get ready to get up out of here, let's, hey, Jeff, let me talk about an event that's coming up. My man, Tony Weaver sent me an event that's coming up. It's a gospel festival, the Knights of Columbus, located at 50 South Franco Street. I can't see it. Franco, yeah, there you go. Franco. Where the hell is Franco Street? Florissant, Missouri. Where's Franco? You know what Franco is?
It's in Florissant?
Yeah, Franco. Franco Street in Florissant, Missouri.
Sure where that's at.
Okay, well, the Knights of Columbia, it's good at the Knights of Columbia, 50 Street. What's that? 50 Street? Franco Street.
Mm. Is that Franco or Fresco?
Franco.
Franco. Hold
Franco. Fraco? Franco.
I can pull it up here.
Florissant, Missouri, July 24th from 12 to 4. And it's going to be a gospel festival. Everybody over in Florissant, you're probably familiar with the Knights of Columbus. So, you're familiar with Knights of Columbus, so you're good. You're all good over there. So, Keith Antone just asked me, how can you get a copy of it?
Hey, DJ, they probably spelled it wrong. It's 50 Francois Street, Francois.
Oh, Francois.
It's like a French, it's like a French name. Florissant's a French name. So, it's 50 Francois.
Oh, St. Francois.
Or Francois in Florissant.
Okay, give it that again, Jeff.
Yeah, it's 50 Francois. I pronounce it Francois, Francois. It's the Knights of Columbus Hall in Florissant. 50 Francois.
July 24th from 12 to 4. It's a gospel festival. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, before we get out of here, man, Jeff, let's talk about real quickly our condolences. And can you do that little thing in the background for me, D? To play. First, we got to wish Pamela Boyd a happy birthday. Ms. Boyd,
she's one of the best.
Oh, she's awesome. That's my
one of the best. If every elected official was like Pam, our city would be great.
Hey, D.
Yes.
Can I do this too? Because I don't want to say anything after the condolences, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to shout my class out, man. The class of 1986 of Assumption High School. Our reunion was this weekend and spent the entire weekend with those ladies and gentlemen, man. I love them a lot, man. We had a great time, and shout out to them.
Let me ask you a question, man. Any of the girls that were real fine back there, are they still fine? Or the ones who wasn't fine, are they fine now? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a trick question.
They
all still fine.
Oh,
they all still fine.
Like the fine girl in high school ain't the fine girl now when she's about 50 years old. She ain't fine no more, dog. Jeff, that fine, whatever fine, she hit that 50 mark.
I'm trying to say in some instances they didn't fell apart.
Yeah, some instances, you got to get a new team. I got to get coached. I need a new team. All right, real quickly, let's talk about, Jeff, the passing of one of the most unbelievable women. Jeff?
Yeah, Betty Thompson. I mean, she was obviously, She was unafraid to stand up and be counted when it came to how African Americans have been treated so poorly, but she also got stuff done because she was able to talk to people. She talked to people who disagreed with her. She could talk to Republicans if necessary. And she was, she had a grace about her that even though she was tough and demanding and all that, she had a grace about her that she didn't threaten you, and you could sit down and, and she could win people over, people who didn't agree with her. And that's what made her a great leader, great elected official. But as I said at the top of the show, she was also a great mom. I mean, her sons are off the charts. Tony Thompson's not only a great businessman, he's a really cool guy who's, he's good to the community. He gives back to the community. He is committed to economic development and jobs for African Americans, but he can work with white contractors and white owners. I mean, she was left an amazing legacy. I say this a lot about people like Betty, that if I could do 1/10, 1/50th of what she's doing, I would have lived a fulfilling life.
Okay, Jeff, thank you for those kind words. JC, go ahead and get your close so we can get out of here.
She's a pioneer. She lived a legacy, man, and condolences to that entire family, man. She's a giant and will never be replaced in our community, man.
Well, when I think of Miss Betty Thompson, I think of my mother, Miss Annie Mae Binion Johnson, who was a tremendous warrior and a fighter in our community, who my spirit is still her spirit, and I'm still her on this earth. And you know what, Mom, you had some great company. Your good friend Betty Thompson's right there with you, doing the right thing and doing the thing, overseeing us, looking over us, protecting us, and giving us the security that we need down here. Thank you so much, Miss Betty Thompson, for the love that you've shown me every time I've seen you, the love you've shown this community, and most importantly, the love you had for my mom, because she had major love for you. You're going to be missed, but you're going to always live on through the legacy and the things you've completed and the things you've done in this community. Thank you, and thank the God, and I'm praying for the family. Continue to pray for the family. But thank you for allowing us to be better people because of you. Thanks for listening to me every Sunday. I don't take it for granted. I'm truly honored and blessed. Big D, thank you for the love you've shown. Folks, we'll see you next week. We're out.
Okay, my relationship with Dr. King and Coretta Scott King really was with Coretta Scott King, because Dr. King had passed when we became very close friends. Coretta Scott King was part of our program. We had the Dr. Martin Luther King St. Louis support group, and we would travel and we would take buses to Atlanta every year to learn about the principles and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And Coretta Scott King would be there teaching and be a part of that, along with Captain Charles Alford, who was from St. Louis and moved to work in Atlanta, Georgia with Coretta Scott King. But Coretta has been a very close friend of ours. Before she passed, she was very close to me and my family. And I know the King family very well and worked very close with them. And now a lot of young people from St. Louis have visited and have traveled with us to Atlanta, to different events, to training sessions, to workshops. And we've been doing that for over 20 years.
If it's happening in our community, we're talking